Are you serious?
Hello and welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus.
I'm Sean.
And this is a show where Sean and I scour the internet to find some funnies. We try out new things. We call it our Kill a Bit. And genuinely and generally have a laugh, innit?
Sweet try.
Super
I
simple.
have to try the hardest ones.
Yeah, man. You know how British people complain about the summer though, Sean? Sorry, the winter even, right?
And the summer.
And the
British
actually,
people-
we complain about everything, innit? Oh, it's too hot, it's too cold. It is now the part of the year that I feel goes past in a flash, right? Summer solstice is on the way, bro. We record this in the evenings right now. Even if an hour after we record, we leave the studio, it is still strong.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Strong sunlight. I can only imagine, for us Brits, if we go somewhere like northern Sweden or Iceland or something, for us, we'd find it amazing that basically it's sunsets at 11 and the sun rises at 2 a.m. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I would absolutely love that. For
Would
the
you?
people that live there, for us, for the novelty factor,
For the novelty, yeah.
for a couple days, love it.
Alright, cool. No, I was thinking about if you were in a like long-term habitation scenario, would it be crazy like to...
I mean, I built a rod for my own back with this line of conversation, but statistics show that residents there aren't very happy.
I've heard
yeah,
the
they
same.
don't like it, yeah,
I've heard the same, yeah. I think it affects the regulation of your sleep cycle and awake cycle.
What's it called again? The circadian rhythm or whatever it is? That's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah,
that one, isn't it? Yeah. The psychodem, Shana rhythm. So it's like going on holiday. When it's roasting hot on holiday and you're not doing anything, just being leisurely, you're like, oh, this is nice, isn't it? This is nice.
If you were doing like chores and stuff, what?
You imagine? Oh man, like I don't know, I don't know, like cleaning when it's roasting hot. Nah, man, get out of here.
But this is one of those things, right? Anything you do, if it's either sweltering uncomfortably or it's like pissing, even if you've got like, I'll just go and drop these few packages off to these people, whatever it is, on a normal day, you just pop out, it's fine. In the rain, it's a pain. If it's absolutely sweltering, you're there just like,
sweating.
You're just uncomfortable. And I'll be honest, I can't do warm temperatures.
No?
Mm-mm. After like 24, 25, it's too hot for me.
It's too hot for you?
Yeah.
So are you a chill in the shade or chill in the AC kind of dude when it's that hot? Pool, maybe?
Either or.
Bit of swimming pool to cool you down?
Swim in the pool, would you?
Can you get your head around how, and it's Brits, man. Germans do it as well on holiday. How people, and I've got family members that do it, can sun worship. I can't get it. Like, I'm like, is it not uncomfortable to be in 30 degrees lying there with pure sun?
This is the man back in the day in Napa who was greasing himself up with olive oil one night.
That was one summer, right? In 2000 and something. And but that was.
I'm going to say 08. Off the top of my head, I'm just going to say 08.
Yeah,
It might not be.
If we say circa 08, you're good. But that was one year where myself and another friend of ours, we went for the oil.
You
like
lot
Factor
went
15
in.
oil.
You were literally cooking yourselves.
Yeah, I went so brown, bruv.
Yeah.
That was my first ever annual leave. Probably one of my last ever ones. That was my first ever annual leave. And I was like, I didn't know how annual leave worked at that time. So I thought you were just allowed to take time off and come back. But I didn't do the maths that I'd still get paid the same amount. I just didn't think like it, take some annual leave. I was like, cool. So
as in you thought it was unpaid leave?
Yeah, I thought it was unpaid leave. I just thought when you take time off, I thought when you don't work, you don't get paid. And I remember being with you guys I remember so specifically, Sean. Remember we all did the bungee jump?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we did it? You didn't do it?
No.
You didn't fancy it?
No.
Do you know the only reason, I can be honest with you and the guys that listen to the pod, the only reason I done it first out of the guys, remember I did it first, was because I couldn't take having to wait.
Oh, 100%. Bro, when I did skydiving, I jumped first out of the plane because I was like, my mate who I did it with, who you know well, so chill.
Yeah.
Unbelievably chill. Annoyingly relaxed.
Yeah.
You know the worst thing about it?
What?
You know you were saying that you just want to get it out of the way, right?
Yeah.
The first time I turned up to skydive, too cloudy, you have to wait 3 more months. Bro, do you know how long those 3 months were? I think it took like 6 years of my life off.
Yeah.
Like, those 3 months were tough 3 months. And then we came back and I was like, yo, if I don't do it today, I'm just not going to do it. I just, this one. Yeah,
man.
So I get 100%. It. 100% I get it.
I was bricking it, Sean, and I was like you, if I don't do it first, because
you watch other people and you're like, Nah, I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know what happened, but I didn't bungee jump, and B, I didn't see you lot bungee jump. I don't know if I don't even know. I might not have been there when you guys bungee jumped, 'cause I came to Napa later on. I don't think I was there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I was there for the bungee. I came afterwards.
This is the lads' holiday year. The lads' holiday year where there's a picture of all of us.
Yeah.
The one where this is before we were out there doing nightclub stuff.
Yeah. Oh, 07.
07.
07.
You didn't come out.
Oh, maybe I did.
I think you were with. Do you know what though? There's such a big group of us.
Yeah,
there were times when we
there
just
was like 15 of us or something.
Yeah. Sean's like, I don't know where I was. Cut to Sean, but just in a day rate having a great time. Oh, guys, sorry, I couldn't come bungee jumping.
It was. I heard bungee jumping. I just fucking hid in the corner somewhere.
Yeah,
and then
man.
afterwards went, why didn't you not tell me, man? I really wanted to do it as well, you know. I'm not shook at all. I love heights.
Do you want to do it tomorrow? Nah. Let's get over somewhere else. But yeah, man, I don't know how we got there, but yeah. Got that out of the way. Yeah, anyway, right, sorry. Don't know how we got there. We digress. Right. If this is your first time listening to the show, Sean and I like to find some jokes. We call this section of the show Jokes of the Week. Sean?
Are you gonna? Am I kicking off or are you kicking off?
I've got... I'll leave it up to you, bro. There's no rules out here.
All right.
There's no rules. You do 2 in a row, 3, whatever, bro.
How about you be quiet and you... Preferably,
I mean, whenever you want to start.
Preferably, laugh after I've done the joke, but then just be quiet.
All right. Honestly, Sean, start whenever you want. Please. It's whenever you're...
All right,
I got.
All right. 2 men were guests at a friend's bachelor party. You know, in America, 1 in 20 men are gay, said the first man. Statistically, that means one of the guys here must be gay. Who do you think it is? I'm not sure, says the second man. Hope it's Jeff, though. He's proper cute.
Man, like Jeff. All right, this is a bit of a weird one, right?
Okay, all right.
This is called Weird Restaurant Review. Weird Restaurant Review. 4 stars. Nice restaurant. Very attentive staff. Only deducted a star as there was a man murdered beside me towards the end of my meal. Imagine that. Oh, this steak is done so well. Oh yeah. Just gonna lose a star, but can you pass the salt, please? That's basically what happened, isn't it?
I was in the spray zone.
Oh man.
I'm definitely taking a star. I've got to get these dry cleaned now. Is that legit? Tell me that.
I don't know, Sean, but you know what, bro? This is a lovely corner of the internet that I'm going to get stuck into, bro. Because I feel like weird reviews are the ones. Have you ever, and I know we're digressing instead of getting on with the jokes, have you ever sometimes been going somewhere and looked at the reviews and seen some of the 1-star reviews that come out of there and it's like, the staff, I asked the staff for salt and pepper and they said, certainly, and it took them 60 seconds to bring it back 1 star. I'm like, yo, dude. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Also, my cousin is runs a restaurant, and like there's times where he'll like send me the reviews to be like, bruv, you see, how is this person serious? I'm excited for it.
You got to laugh. Do you know what? We might hit him up and ask him for a few of them because that would be great.
That's true.
Delicious food.
I reckon you might have some saved away.
Of course, you got to laugh though, innit? Especially when you know you're decent. But like some of the stuff people kick off, I've been around people. I really can't say because they might listen. But I've been around people and their quips about restaurants and stuff like that. I'm like, oh wow, that's a bit chill, man. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, man. These people are just trying to serve us. You know that, yeah. Yeah, me.
Some people take it like very much. I'm fairly chill, especially like you don't want to piss off a waiter before he's brought your food over. I do live by that.
Exactly, because you know they could scratch their ass and stick their finger in your mash. And also there's some people that are too friendly with the waiter as well when they're trying to do their job. They're trying to have too much bants. I'm like, chill, man. Because I'm like, as an introvert,
am I a mirror here?
As an introvert, I keep it chill. I'll keep it chill with the stuff.
I was about to expose it. I'm going to leave it.
Oh man, the waiter's leaving reviews about us.
I'm going to say this out. I apologise to all of the waiters that have had to serve this gentleman in the past.
I'm a joy to serve.
who, you're just trying to give him food, and my man wants to talk about the last 30 years of your life. And the guys, they're like, oh yeah, sure, sir,
sure. Would you like the bill? I said we just had starters. No, but we can get that for you now if you want.
Come and sit down, join us.
I did say I'm becoming a proper dad joke. The other day, I think, oh my God, on Friday you didn't make it. We went for beers with the guys, yeah, and I said someone wanted food before at a restaurant, so we had a pre-beer before we went to the bar. And I said, you having a beer to one person? Yeah, cool. You having a beer? Cool. I'll have a beer. And I went to the waiter. Oh, get yourself one as well. Come on. And then when he bought the beers, I was like, what? Where's yours? And I was like, oh. And now thinking about it, he's like, hey, dick. You think I want to be here? You think I want to be serving you beer? So,
do you know what? It's better than if I was serving beer. I would rather that energy than someone being like, yo, right, pussy, I'll go and get us some drinks.
Yeah, oh, yes, people like that as well.
That's it's a massive thing. And I know this is fairly general knowledge, but it does make a massive difference of, what's the best way to say it? It's a good gauge of someone's, what's the best way to put it? If someone's a prick. If someone's a prick to people who are serving them, it's a fairly good gauge of the fact that they're pricks.
They are pricks, and they're the kind of people who I don't want to have power in life. Because if you give those people, if that's how they treat wait staff, if they became like a dictator in some weird world, you're like, what would they do if everyone was their staff? Because when you run a country, pretty much everyone, you run everyone in it, yeah? I'm like, yo. You know what I mean? I'm always like, please, thank you. Please have a beer. Join us. Am I too far?
Do you know what? You probably go the other way, but I feel like we could probably do with some more of you and less of the people who are just rude.
But so I could just turn it down a little bit, but at least I'm on the right side of tracks. Because I'd be like, President Bronzy invites randomers over for dinner at number 10, breaks all security protocols.
Probably.
Has MI5 scrambling. Because no, man, I saw you having a beer, so I said you want to come over for a few beers, innit? Yeah, be paid for by the people. Why not? Yeah. Anyway, that was our second joke of the week.
Right. A bitter divorce guy bumps into his ex-wife's new husband at a party.
Yeah.
After a few drinks, he saunters arrogantly over to him and sneers. So how do you like using second-hand goods? To be honest, doesn't bother me at all, says the new husband. Once you get past the first 3 inches, it's all brand new. That is the greatest comeback.
I cooked him. I love that. Right. I told my therapist I got a gun because of my fear of birds. He said I was getting carried away. I cocked my gun and said, shh, not today, I'm not.
Not today, birds.
Not today, birds.
That is a good one. Last week, my wife ran away with my best mate. I really miss him.
Man, damn. All right. A man went to church to confess his sins to a priest. He said, Father, I've sinned and I wish to confess. Go on, my son. Go on, says the father. Okay. About 2 weeks ago, I was walking in my neighbourhood and my neighbour said her fridge was broken and I asked if I could come in and fix it. So I went inside and started fixing the fridge and then it started to rain really heavily. By the time I was done, it was still raining. So she said, you can't come out in this rain. Come and have tea with me and let's talk. So we had tea and one thing led to another and I slept with her. But that's not it. Go on, my son. Go on. Then last week, I was in another neighbourhood and a woman said that her oven wasn't working and asked if I could help. I went inside, started fixing it, and again it started to rain. And after I fixed it, it was still pouring. So she said, you can't leave in this weather. Come and have some food. So we ate. And one thing led to another, and I slept with her too. But there's more. Go on, my son. Go on, my son. Okay, just yesterday, I was driving in my car and it started breaking down. Luckily, I was near a garage and the mechanic turned out to be an old friend from high school. He fixed the car, but then it started to rain again. And he said, come inside. Let's have some vodka and lemonade and catch up. We drank, got a bit tipsy. One thing led to another, and I slept with him. Father, what should I do? Father turned to him and said, get out of here before it starts to rain.
It's so dumb, I like it.
Oh, man.
It's another short one. This is a proper dad one.
All right, go on, Sean.
A woman at the airport fainted and fell into the baggage carousel. She's slowly coming around. You know you didn't want to laugh at that.
The visual for that is sick, isn't it? I can see it. I can see it. All right. A man walks into a courthouse to have his name changed. He finds the appropriate office and begins the process. The clerk says, "What's your current name?" The man says with some hesitancy, "It's Donald Shithouse." The clerk, taken back a bit and feeling sympathy for the man, replies, oh my goodness, I certainly can understand why you want your name changed. And what would you like it to be instead? The man replies, John Shithouse. Bro, when I read it, I was giggling my arse off because I was like, Donald John. No, John Shithouse. Sorry, it's stupid, bro.
It's great. It's great.
Great and
I love
choppy.
it. Oh, this is a bit of a long one.
All right, go for it.
Dylan was practicing his golf swing in his front yard when he swung a little too hard and sent the ball through his neighbour's window. He rang the bell, but nobody answered, so he opened the door to see an old lamp lying near broken glass and a huge, fat Arabian man wearing a turban sitting on the couch. Dylan asked, "Who are you?" The fat man replied, "I'm a genie you have freed from that lamp." Dylan questioned, "Oh man, do I get 3 wishes then?" The genie replied, "Since you freed me by accident, you only get 2, and I get 1.
Oh.
Dylan thought about it and realised what he wanted. "I want to be the best golfer ever." The surprised genie said, "Oh, are you sure? Most people wish for money, but okay. Now, your wife gets 1 wish." Dylan brought over his wife, who wished right away. "I want $1 million every week of my life." The genie said, "Granted. And now for my wish. I've been cramped up in that lamp for many years, so it's been a while since I've been with a woman. I want 1 day of wild, crazy lovemaking with your wife, Dylan." Dylan said, "No way." The genie replied, "Not even for $1 million a week?" Dylan turned to his wife, who said, "Oh, I guess for all that, I should." "Well, not until Dylan leaves," says the genie. Dylan says, "Okay, have fun, I guess," turns round and leaves. Dylan's wife then proceeded to have wild lovemaking for the rest of the day with the genie. When they were finished, the genie asked how old her husband... When they were finished, the genie asked how old her husband was. She said, "Oh, he's 45. The genie laughed and said, "Isn't it a little old to be believing in genies?"
A long walk for a short swim. That's a t-shirt, isn't it? All right.
I think we should...
I think
you're on something there.
Right. A huge-looking, mean, muscular guy walks up to a counter in a department store and says to the clerk, "Where's the men's department?" The clerk behind the counter just looks at him and says nothing. The man repeats, "Where's the men's department?" Again, the clerk just doesn't look at him at all. The guy asks several more times, "Where's the men's department?" The clerk just seems to ignore him. Finally, the guy storms away in anger after not being answered. A customer who was waiting in line behind the muscular guy asked the clerk, a customer who was waiting in line behind the employee said, "Why didn't you answer that guy's question? Don't you think that's really rude?" The clerk replies, "Because I didn't want to get beat up."
Oh, it is. Oh, fair play as well.
It is. You listen.
I would have just done this and pointed.
Yeah.
Bye. I get it. This is a short one. All right.
Okay.
My co-worker almost died today. He doesn't know that, but he almost did.
I can relate to that. I just saved your life today, bro. Why? Because I didn't kill you. Yeah. I used to work at the zoo, and one time a gorilla died of old age. The problem was it was the only gorilla in the zoo because the zoo wasn't very profitable. The gorilla was by far the most popular attraction, and they couldn't afford to go a single day without it being there. So the zoo owner came up to me and said, "Listen, for an extra $100, Do you want to just put on this gorilla costume until we can afford a new gorilla? Of course, I said. Go on then. Pretty quickly, I became the biggest hit in the zoo. Everyone wanted to see this human-like gorilla. After about a month, the craze started to die down, but they kept pressuring me to get people's attention again. So in a desperate attempt, I climbed over to where the lions were and started hanging off the net. Suddenly, a massive crowd gathered and everyone looked terrified. I could feel my grip slipping. I couldn't hold any longer. I started screaming, "Help! Help!" Then I fell. The lion rushed towards me, and just as I thought it was over, he leaned over and whispered, "Shut the fuck up before we get fired."
Then see that.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna end with this last one.
Go on, then.
It's a shorty but a goodie.
Oh yeah, 3 inches.
If I had a dime for every time I didn't understand what's going on, I'd be like, "Why are y'all giving me all of these dimes?" My mic drop.
You just keep getting dimes. What's going on? Right. Okay. Bit of wordplay. A guy met a girl at a bar. He said, "May I buy you a drink?" She said, "Okay, but it won't do you any good." A little later, he asked her again, "May I buy you another drink?" "Okay, buy me another drink, but it won't do you any good," she said. At closing time, he invited her up to his apartment. And she said, "Okay, but just so you know, it won't do you any good." When they arrived at his apartment, he turned and said to her, "You are the most beautiful woman I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. I want you for my wife." "Oh," she replied, "that's different. Send her in and don't forget to close the door on your way out."
Love it.
Love it. I can imagine his face. Yeah, cool. So there you go. Those are our jokes
of the week.
If you do want to send your jokes in, send them jokes@howtokillanhour.com, and we will read them out in our punishment episode where you guys send in the puns and we crack on with them. All right. Here are a list of real phobias
Of the week.
So these are a list of some quirkier phobias because as humans, you know, we can be scared of anything, right? Okay, cool. Apparently this one's a little bit made up. Let's go. But I'll list them off.
I was going to say, I know a few because of a few people that I met while I was travelling.
Okay.
I'll add them in at the end if these ones don't touch upon them.
Okay, I'm gonna ruin the pronunciations of these. Okay, there's arachibuteurophobia, and this is the specific fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. It's a fear of that.
Only the roof.
Only the roof. Globophobia, a fear of balloons, which can be very specific and intense.
Oh, it would be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God. Any clowns. Arithmophobia, the fear of numbers. Plutophobia. This is the fear of wealth or money.
Plutophobia,
the fear of wealth or money. I ain't got that, bruv. I got the opposite of that, baby. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
That's a weird one. Okay.
A blutophobia. This is the fear of washing.
As in washing yourself?
As in washing yourself. This is the fear of washing. This is the fear of bathing or washing.
Blutophobia.
A blutophobia. Okay.
Blutophobia.
Anatidaeophobia. This is a fear that a duck or goose is watching you.
What? I'll put it out there. I've found more recently that there are a lot more people scared of ducks and birds, especially long-necked ducks and birds.
Yeah. They're the sassiest.
Than I previously thought.
They're the sassiest, though, innit? They're the ones that have a bit more attitude because we don't really
kick them in the neck. Well, we don't.
Especially swans. Swans are absolute pricks because you know why? That is nature's version of they should have had a slap when they're younger, but because they're the queen's goods and we can't touch them. I'm like, listen here, yeah.
They've been running without being checked for too long.
Yeah. Listen, 100 men versus a swan, not a debate. Not a debate. So calm your tits, all right? Go look after your goslings, chill out. And they take massive shits.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the thing that I'm least annoyed about. Yeah. It's not their fault.
Exactly. You're just a white goose anyway, man. Whatever. Chief. So they're not making that special, man. Anyway, I'll give you one. Why am I lining up guns for swans? Like,
I don't know. There's a lot of people that will be on board.
Like they're going to go and walk away like, oh, I got burn. Okay, I'm going to try and get this right. All right, yeah. Okay, cool. This is the one that I think may garner the most. Okay, cool. Hippopotamontrosis quipedaliophobia. This is the fear of long words, which is ironically a really long word.
Do you know what is mad? That you actually said that, because I saw this randomly. I saw this recently, and I was like, someone purposely's done that as a complete fuckery, isn't it?
Listen, yeah. You're someone who's creating words for a living. You're not going to get any notoriety, yeah? Shakespeare's the only geezer that I think gets a lot of love, yeah? And once a year they put one word in the dictionary. Bizzle got it a few years ago for dench. Other than that, I don't know anyone that has been elevated in any way for coining a phrase, right? So these doctors are here, because I presume they're doctors as well, and some linguist is there, and they're like, you know what? Why don't we have an unspoken rule between us to make these things the hardest things to do? Because dyslexia, that's a piss take with the way they spell that.
That is a piss take. That is a piss take.
Yeah, it is. It's like spelling something like somebody that has a stutter, like mumblephobia. Do you know what I mean? It's like that, isn't it?
It is.
It's
It actually is
disrespectful.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Someone's done that as an absolute wind up, innit?
Exactly.
I know, and you know what it is? That then when the patient comes in, they go, "Oh, sorry, what was it that you've got?"
Sorry, do it again.
Where you going? Where? Oh.
No, sorry, no.
on.
I'm happy for you to see a doctor. We just need you to say that once for us.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
No, writing down is not good enough. We would like you to
say it.
actually.
In fact, sorry. Let me just turn off the music in the back. Everyone, be quiet, please. This person's about to say something.
Do you reckon that writing the word down is? I would. If there's anybody who is hippo.
Oh God, I've said it once and never say it again. If there's anyone that's hippopotamontrosis quipedaliophobic,
hippopotamonstrosis
daliophobic. Yeah.
If that is the case, would you mind
send us a voice note?
No, but I don't know if it's. If maybe I was just about to say writing. Maybe writing is worse. Maybe writing a long word is more triggering than saying a long word. I don't know. I'm
as someone who's dyslexic and not very intelligent, I very regularly use the wrong words. And there's nothing worse than like someone pulling you up like in a situation like around a man them, I don't care in it.
Yeah.
But like being in a professional environment and someone pulls you up on a word and you're like, damn, did I really just say Pacific? Did I really just say Pacifically in front of everyone? Because if you're quick enough, you get away with it, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, but yeah, there is someone else we knew, Sean, that and I don't know, this is not specific to this condiment, but there is mortusequusphobia, and that is a fear of a specific thing, but a lot of people use it for ketchup. So
molasses. No, that's in HP sauce. What am I talking about?
it's just the ketchup itself. So it's the severe fear of ketchup. This phobia triggers extreme anxiety and panic attacks. I've met somebody who really has this. When we were in Napa 08, I think it is, or 07, I knew somebody, they said that they had a fear of ketchup, and as a joke, someone thought that they were being silly. They put a bottle of ketchup by the door and they wouldn't walk through said door, and they went to reach for the handle, and then we were like, no, because they put a little bit of ketchup on the door handle, and that really upset them. And they were like, it upset them, one, because they really were scared of it, and two, because they'd lost a bit of trust with that person now, because they thought they'd always have like a sachet of ketchup on them and like splat them or something. And it sounds ridiculous, but they were like, they just couldn't be in the room with it, which is tough. It's tough, bro.
Oh man,
because when you think about it, it's everywhere. Where can you? Anywhere you eat, it's a rarity for them to not have ketchup.
you gotta go fancy places.
Even in a fancy place,
You're less likely.
to get refused it. They may not have it out, but if you go to a fancy, but even if you go to a sushi place, right, they'll reluctantly, if you're like, please, can I have some ketchup? They'd reluctantly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, like how anywhere can pretty much whip up chips if they need to, reluctantly. Do you know what I mean? But imagine having a fear of ketchup. You know what I mean?
I mean, I knew of someone who had a fear of tomatoes. So if you were to put like, let's say there was just an empty table,
Yeah.
and you just put a tomato. If they walked in and saw that tomato, they would just literally turn around and walk straight back out again.
Did they explain why? Like, did they have a situation that happened?
That's what I was trying to. That was one of the things I was like, oh, can you trace back to the origination of the phobia? Like, and it wasn't like, you know, I was driving and then the final destination load of tomatoes dropped in my car and I crashed and I got hurt. It was nothing like that. They couldn't pinpoint as to why, which is, because you know the thing, right? As a human, we are scared innately from birth of falling over and loud noises. Those are the only two things, supposedly, that we have fear of. Every other fear moving forward are fears that we've learned, and therefore we can unlearn them.
I think height's in the mix as well. I don't think we're meant to enjoy being really, really high naturally.
Well, I think that
when you're a baby though, you don't have any fear, but that kind of comes later on in life as well.
But this is the thing, right? I think the falling over thing is linked with the height
100%,
thing,
100%. Because in the rainforest, if you're a Neanderthal, whilst we would be good for us to be nomadic and go up mountains, we wouldn't want to be scaling rock faces all the time and be inclined to it, because let's be honest, out of the two, the one that probably does a bit more rock climbing, is gonna.
Easy.
I'll let that one in, yeah. Hey. But the one that's probably going to be doing that is probably likely to fall over. It makes it to fall off, and the one that doesn't do it, but is all right with climbing. Like all of these things, you've got to remember, like, I don't know, but like natural selection gets you. And there's some things that we just know, like no one teaches a dog to cock its leg for a pee. But it just knows. Like you teach a dog to sit, you teach a dog to roll, whatever, but no one teaches it that you do that to get your leg out of the way.
Even these things, like there are certain birds in the animal kingdom who they don't really, like their parents leave very, very early but then to like court their future wife, they'll have all of these dances that they have to do and all of these things, and you're like, how did you know how to do that?
Yeah, man. It's like being born knowing how to do the electric slide. It's mad. Like, how do you know? Well, if you can't use that as a courting move nowadays, by the way. But it's like just knowing how to do that innately. It's mad, isn't it?
I wonder. Well, maybe it's the same for humans in the sense of like we don't get taught to breastfeed. It's a natural.
Yeah, if you put a nipple next to a young kid's face, like they're inclined to turn their face into it. Yeah. Inclined. I've used that too many words. But yeah, they turn them, and if they don't latch as much, then that's that. Not always, but it can be a bit of a concern because they're not actively on it. Right. So yeah, little things like that. Yeah. So yeah, man, I get it. I mean, do you have any like fears? I've got loads.
I've got too many to. How long have you got? I don't have any. I wouldn't say I have any phobias. Phobias. Yeah. I mean, I just put it out there. So when I was traveling, the two weird phobias of a couple of people that I met. One were a young couple from the UK, and the girl, she had a phobia of polystyrene, right? Oh, we were in Cambodia. I met them and they were like, they wanted me to go and help them find something outside of the hostel. I said, yeah, come roll with me in it. So, because I'd been there for a little while. We rolled out. I'm walking with them and then I turn around and they're not there anymore. And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked across the road and they'd crossed the road over the other side. In my brain, I'm like, you lot are following me. Why are you over there? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like looking over. And then they both came over and then the chap just said to me, oh man, as we were walking, they had those white polystyrene like things that they have food in. Yeah. And he said, I didn't tell you, but my missus got like a really, really strong phobia too. So we have to cross the road. And he said, when we were in Thailand, she got done for not wearing a helmet because the insides of the helmet are polystyrene. She cannot wear them. If you strapped a polystyrene helmet to her and then woke her up, she would probably faint through fear and stuff like that. So I thought that was one which was a strange one. And the other one, which is, I cannot remember the actual name of it, but it's the fear of tiny, tiny little holes. Right?
Yes, that was on this list. And
was that on the list?
It was really hard for me to explain without showing a picture. And the reason I didn't want to, Sean, is because I think I
do you suffer a little bit?
When they show the examples, though, some of the examples make a lot of people's skin turn.
Was one of the examples the tiny little holes that crabs make on the beach?
Yeah, it was the holes that crabs make on the beach.
Pause,
and it was
even
a close-up
pause.
pause, and it was someone's foot who'd stepped on something for a long time, and they quickly lift up, and the imprint looks like loads of really big paws. It just looks.
But you're saying that it makes you feel a little bit
unsettling.
Uneasy.
Yeah, okay, I wouldn't die.
You'd say, but you might not have a phobia of it, but it makes you uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Like, if you were to sit me in a room and I had to look at that all day, I don't know. Either I'd become poor man, like Batman, because I'd be poor man. Whatever, I'd become whole man, or whatever. I have a fear of jellyfish. They look so painful. Like when people get stung with them, they just float around. They don't really know what they're doing. So that, like, if I was dropped into the sea full of non-stinging jellyfish, I would want to get out. I would not, I'd just choose not to.
Okay.
I just think that it's a bit weird, isn't
I
it?
think you might be taking, they're floating. They can propel themselves wherever they want to go.
Some of them can, but some of them are just a bit like, and they can't see. They don't have eyes. Sorry, I just moved around. But some of them are very like, they haven't got mad propulsion and they haven't got eyes. They're just lurking, like waiting to sting. Do you know what I mean? As soon as you touch them, it's like I could be in the water with a shark, right? And if it's fed, it could be not on it, right? But a jellyfish, if you're just sitting in a body of water...
Don't try and tell me that you would rather be in the water with jellyfish than a shark.
I would be scared shitless if I was in the water with a shark, right? And that would scare me, right? But at least if a shark came for me, I know it's got intention. A jellyfish, you could have your feet in a... All right, just imagine you have your feet chilling in a pool, right? A jellyfish could just float over, sting the shit out of you and you die. And it sounds like a very painful way to die. It sounds like it burns, it hurts.
How would you die?
You can die from jellyfish sting. Oh, man. A man of war or a box jellyfish.
I would just say that I know a lot of people that have been stung by jellyfish before.
Yeah.
I think that there would be... You might need to have some sort of pre-existing heart condition or something like that, or be stung in the like the wrong place or something like that. Because a lot of the times you get stung and you just need someone to piss on your foot or whatever it is.
Actually, that makes it worse, you know.
Does it?
Yeah, not meant to do that. You're meant to put it in the hottest water you can find to neutralise. Yeah. Do not urinate on it.
What's the urination thing about then? That's an old wives' tale?
Sometimes I think there is something that they can put on you which has a little bit of urea on it or something, but to urinate on someone, it can actually make it worse. They say, wash it in salty water. Bruv, thing is, by the way, Sean,
wash it in salty water. You're like, I guess I'm in the right place.
Yeah. Just with less, not water minus sun's jellyfish, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. What you're saying is logical to me. But this is why I think it's close to a phobia, because what you're saying is right, but I'm still like, I'm hearing you, but I'm like, because we were on holiday at Marbs or whatever, and I saw a jellyfish in the sand, and I'm not going in. One of the guys went in and got stung, and I was like, I'm definitely not going in the water today. And everyone else was like, if he's got stung, chances of everyone else getting stung is low. And he was like...
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
When it comes to the open water, the open sea anyway, I'm not really someone who gets too involved with going in the water. I don't like not being able to see what's... I've done like scuba diving and all of that stuff, but...
Still a little bit. It's an away game, innit?
Yeah, I remember going to Portugal, and there were people coming out of the sea, and there were these urchins, and and people were stepping on them, and they were having to go to hospital. And then my brethren was like, "Yeah, man, come, let's go." And I'm like, "I'm all right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit on the sand. You go and do you." And
I wear sea shoes when I go in the sea, or I wear Crocs. Exactly. Put the strap down. This is another reason why Crocs are one of the most. You put them in sports mode, sea mode, roll in, and then you roll out. That's what I do. But yeah, man, that as well.
They're not really for salt water though.
What, Crocs? Sorry, I get my alligators.
There are saltwater Crocs, aren't there?
I saw you going at that. I liked it. Yeah, no, you need alligators, isn't it? You need to wear. But yeah, man. So I totally get it. But yeah, like, so for me, yes.
So jellyfish, what would you say that's your biggest phobia?
Probably. If I see one on the TV, I look away until it's not there. So like, I remember I watched 7 Pounds with Will Smith in it. There was a lot of looking away. Or whenever they have like, usually it's like these calming screensavers or relaxing adverts for nature shows. They show a massive jellyfish. I'm like, calming. Yeah.
Oh, that's really, I wasn't aware of that. That's
oh god.
Do you know
here we go.
No.
Here we go. Sorry, in a few months' time.
I don't have a sachet of jellyfish in my pocket.
Today. Your Google search history is about to look mad. Sean comes in with a plastic bag next week.
I mean, bruv, you fucked up my algorithm. No, brother, I didn't know that. And this is the thing. I believe it probably tips over to becoming a phobia when it starts to become a little bit unreasonable.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, I wouldn't say I've got a phobia against spiders, but I don't like. Yeah. I may be slightly arachnophobic, right?
Yeah.
But very slightly. I don't like them. Here in the UK, on the whole, it's a bit of an unreasonable, bit of a ridiculous phobia. Yeah. If you were to live in Australia,
Jesus Christ.
Legit life-saving device, technique, thing.
everything in Australia. I
out
don't
to
think it's
get
a
you.
phobia.
Jellyfish
I
are out to get you. Jellyfish are not in Australia. Jellyfish are not floating about.
Yeah.
They are like a
They're on
shark,
you.
beelining to you to come sting your ass.
I believe certain bottles of ketchup in Australia will be up for trying to sting you, bro. Everything's dangerous there. I think if you let a ketchup bottle slip, and it'll probably crack on the side and cut your leg down, right? But it'll do it intentionally,
Oh, do you know
like
what?
Final Destination.
It will probably murder half of your family.
It will. It will. And do you know what? No one will be able to tell where the blood stops and the ketchup starts. The perfect crime. The perfect crime. The bottle's just chilling there. But to be clear, I don't have a phobia of jelly or fish. I like two of those things separately.
Oh, interesting.
Just
that would have
say-
been those.
But,
Okay,
but yeah,
that's
yeah.
eye-opening.
But I think I cross into the. I think I'm teetering on the edges of phobia, because if we were to go and I saw a jellyfish, however beautiful the day was, I'm not getting in the sea. And I think that's unreasonable. Even if it was a non-stinging one, and you guys were like, it's fine.
Right, okay.
If you took one, rubbed it, whatever, hit on your leg, I would be losing out on maybe a fun experience there. And I think when it starts doing that, you're teetering on. Yeah, me.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, in the same sense as, like, if you said to me, you know, that'd be silly. Like, jump into the water is fine. That shark's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, I'm good, you know. Just
He's vegan. Trust me, I told you.
says who? Where's his veggie card? I need to double check to make sure, innit? Because like, if I was a shark, that would be a line that I'll be using. I'll be like, guys, don't worry, I'm veggie. Come and have
Yeah.
a swim.
It's like the emotional support alligator that we spoke about in the previous episode. We reckon he was playing a long game.
Yeah.
Little guys, I'm cool, man. And then he's going to wait for like a big game day, and then he's going to cash that check.
Oi.
That tasty check-in
Oi.
boy, and start snapping.
Oh, the long game.
There you go,
it's
man.
all worth it.
There you go.
You know what would be quite interesting?
Yeah.
If some of our listeners, if you could send in, if you have it doesn't even have to be a full phobia. If you've got like a strange one, or something where you feel like you're slightly, it's got a slight phobia of something, do let us know. And if we get some good ones, we'll continue the list next week.
I think so.
Because I've seen some, like some of the ones that you mentioned were wild, and I've seen some other ones where I can't get my head around it. But that's the whole point.
Yeah. I think I'd like to just hear about more, because I think there is always a reason behind it. Maybe
And people's personal experiences connected to that.
yeah, exactly. I think for me, maybe I watched an episode of like Baywatch or something where there was like a deadly jellyfish in it, like
What,
mashing
as a
everyone
you
up.
done?
And I think that kind of started it. And then watching Jaws as well probably made me a little bit uneasy about being in the sea. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, who knows? But yeah, I'm not officially saying it's a phobia. I'm not putting it in my Instagram profile or anything like that. Don't worry. I think, Sean, we might have to move on to our killer bits of the week, bro, because we got so stuck into that.
I'm going to start this because it's been 17/41 years in waiting to say this. So I'm going to put it out there first and foremost. Marcus is an Arsenal fan, but he's not technically a football fan.
I'm not hardcore, am I, Sean? I'm not hardcore.
You get involved from time to time, a little barbershop bants,
Yeah, a little bit of
yeah.
barbershop bands here and there. And don't try to. I don't do too much. You know what I mean? No,
I'm
carry on. I'm sorry, I won't spoil it.
I'm just going to alienate myself here and tell everyone that I am a lifelong Spurs fan. I didn't say that because I kept that very close to my chest, because it had been 17 years since we last won a trophy, or 41 years since we last won a European trophy. So I thought I had to just revel in the moment, because you just never know when it will roll back round again, especially when you're a Spurs fan and you have grown up
Always
with
been present.
tough, really. I would say this. I think it's a good thing to grow up as a Spurs fan for life. Just for life. It teaches you loss and how to cope with defeat when you were so close to winning, but you managed to snatch defeat out the jaws of victory.
AKA called Spurs, isn't it? Spursy. Being a bit Spursy.
So that tag can fuck right off. Can hopefully be dismissed for a while at least.
Out of respect, I did just play some Tottenham songs.
Thank you, I really appreciate
for you
that.
while in the background.
The greatest.
I think there is something to win in it. I mean, because there's we won't get too into it, but obviously in another competition in UK football, you know, you and the other finalists aren't doing so well. So people had very mean nicknames for this cup.
Oh,
coming up.
believe. I mean, let's put it out there as well. If you're from another country and you gave us, or you gave the cup negative or names, do also remember that the teams in your league who did not manage to make it there are even worse.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say
because the fact
we can almost chat a bit of shit here, yeah. Like you said, but if you're
also, because we can say, look how strong our league is. That 16th and 17th is battling for European
kicking us in Europe.
European greatness. So everyone else can go do one, to be honest.
But are you happy though? You pretty chuffed with that though?
Happy? Are you mad? Happy. 17 years happy. I was crying, bruv. I was elated. I've never been that nervous. I don't think I've ever been that nervous in my life. It was such a big moment.
Yeah.
I honestly, if United had scored twice in the last 10 minutes, I would have, I would have maybe still been wrapped up in my duvet now and not have moved since last week.
Yeah, man.
It was that much of a momentous occasion.
When are you going to stop talking about it? Is what I want to know. How long are we going to have to hear about this for? Because we have a Liverpool supporter that's a mate of ours, and that
Wait. Can we just put this out there? Yeah, he is the fucking worst. He is the worst. He is the worst.
He is. You know when another supporter of a team makes you not like the team because of them?
Oh, he's done that. He's done that as well.
Yeah.
He's also the gentleman that decided to ring me 1 second after the Champions League final 2019.
No way.
And not only that, he was at the pub. He had whipped round and got 20 other Liverpool fans to all sing down the phone to me 1 second after. It was my own fault. I shouldn't have picked up. Why did I pick up? What was I expecting to happen?
Yeah.
I just thought, I didn't think he stooped that low. So now I've just got the whole rest of my life. He doesn't know this. Well, you might know it now, but I will fuck with him.
Yeah.
And not the rest of my life. He's always
at one point
to a sachet of tomato ketchup.
Exactly. But at one point they're gonna have a bad day in it. You get me? At one point, the team that they have now, Liverpool, they ain't gonna be around no more. They're gonna all retire, and we don't know what's gonna happen. It could be good, but it could be bad. I believe if it is bad, Sean will be waiting there.
Do you know what? Yeah,
memes in hand. Yeah.
As a Spurs fan, you can't have memes in hand. When trophies are being spoken of, you quieten the fuck down and you go stand in a corner. You don't want to get involved because everyone's as soon as you pipe up, everyone's like, oh, is it? And you're like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, there you go. But I will say on the other hand, big up Arsenal's women's team. Yeah, wicked champions of Europe. I'll take that, mate.
Hey,
there you go. That's UEFA.
100%.
That's the proper one. Do you know what I mean? It's cute.
Was that the
what have you done to my...
Oh, no.
What a shit. Someone's pushed the button on my mic.
Oh, yeah. I told you, got ways and means, bro.
But yeah, man, shout out to women's team. So listen, I whilst the men's team didn't take any silverware home, to be champions of Europe, they at me. And so, yeah.
Let's put this as well. A lot of people have come out and they're like, oh, Spurs have had a better season than Arsenal and rare and whatnot. Finishing second in the Premier League is legitly a fucking difficult thing to do.
Yeah, but somehow somehow for us, it's consistent. Yeah, go on.
And I think
you're being nice. All right, cool.
When it comes to football, I try to be balanced in it.
Okay,
when it comes to people getting grief, I don't think finishing second you should be getting grief, because when Arteta took over, you man was 7th, 8th, and he's you know what it is when you can consistently challenge.
Oh yeah.
You've done well. He's done well. Obviously, Champions League was a disappointment, but one team in the whole world can win the Champions League. One team in England can win the Premier League. Let's be honest, Liverpool consistently were just better this whole season. They're the only team out of everyone who were consistent, and they deserve to win it.
They kicked ass, man.
And we deserve to almost get relegated.
We
didn't reach the magic 40-point mark. Let's be honest, over the past few years, that magic 40-point mark to stay up, that used to be if you were a side coming up or you were fighting relegation, once you got to 40, you were like, yeah, we're safe. We finished on 38 points, which is embarrassing. But we've 41 years since our last trophy, our last European trophy. 2008 was the last one. I was at the one before that, in 1999. I was there at the Worthington Cup final when Alan Nielsen scored a diving header, and I almost got crushed because everyone piled on. I was quite small at that point, quite young at that point. I'm gonna say I just don't want it to be another 17 years. But You know what? There are other teams who haven't won a trophy for 30, 40 years. Maybe not quite the same size club as Spurs, but I just don't. It's nice. I just won't have to hear like. It's Spursy.
Clearing dust out of your little cabinet. But you know what though? It's a theatre of football, though, isn't it? Yeah, you got you got to go shops now, innit? Let's build a really small one. Let's not get too excited. Yeah, one shelf, one cabinet. That's what you need. But like, to be fair, it's a theatre of sports, and if it was not if all this stuff hadn't happened this season, and it was just the same again, like every season, I wouldn't find it exciting. As somebody, like you said, I'm not an intense sports fan. I love the drama. Like, we've had, like, there was that season where Leicester came through and took the Prem, right? That's amazing.
That's a one in a lifetime.
Yeah, but amazing though,
for
isn't
me,
it?
it's the greatest achievement ever in the Premier League.
Come through and just kicked ass that world. There was an unbeaten season. No, let's not. Let's calm down. There was an invincible type season that football team did.
There was. No, there was 86 draws within that, but still we did well though, isn't it?
But yeah, no, it's all about the drama of it. And I think I want more. I don't want relegation for certain teams, but the fact that that's on the cards, that makes it exciting. And I'm honest, I think we might have spoken about it the other day. I spoke about it to another guy. Like, I watched a few like lower division games. Like, I went to a Leighton Orient game.
Yeah, I drove past there recently and I remember. Burnley, you went.
Sorry, Burnley. Yeah, sorry, Burnley. Leighton Orient and Burnley game. And I tell you what, bro, the atmosphere is different, man. These men are playing for their livelihoods. Yeah. Like, these men are playing.
One of my Donnies, he goes and watches this like semi-professional side, but they've got this massive following, and everyone just goes there and gets like, bro, there's no toilets, nothing. But he goes, bro, you got to come to this for one day. It's like, as a day out, it's amazing. I'm like, all right.
I'm up for trying it. I'm up for trying it, bro. I'm up for trying it. Right, on to our killer bits of the week.
Bro, I've still got another like 20 minutes to go.
Sorry, guys.
Go for it.
Yeah. So
I'm done for now.
But yeah, killer bit. I'm going to wrap through these kind of quick, right? So I've got something to watch, something to hear, something to try, something blue, something new.
I'm going to put it straight out. Poker Face, second season.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good fun.
What is it? Go for it. What is it?
Poker Face. It's that blonde lady with a southern twang who can tell whether people are lying or not.
Oh, damn.
Called Poker Face. First season was really good. I'm watching the second season currently. It's a lot of fun. And the other one, I'm going to very briefly skim over it.
Yeah.
Sherlock and Daughter.
Oh.
Have you heard about this?
I've not heard. Is this a new one?
This is a new series called Sherlock and Daughter. I love all Sherlock stuff. I love crime stuff. It is, so far, I think I've watched 4 episodes. I think it's an episode a week.
Yeah.
Good fun.
Is it good fun, yeah?
Yeah, it's good fun. I like Sherlock in it. It's good.
Is it elementary? Yeah. It's elementary.
Oh,
sorry.
Guys, I'm just putting it out there. If anyone doesn't know, both of us are like massive elementary fans. Like, massive elementary fans.
That was a good one.
Is it as good? It's different to elementary.
Yeah. I've just had a quick look on IMDb. It looks like it's period piece in it, so they're wearing the top hats and stuff.
Yeah.
Elementary is a modern version with Lucy Liu as Watson, which is, with all due respect, probably one of my favourite Watsons out there.
100%.
Because, of the acting that she brought to the table and the strength of character.
Exactly.
While staying true to Watson.
Joan Watson.
Yes.
Yeah, she was brilliant.
Sensational.
I love Lucy. I just love Lucy Liu in general. How do you look that good when you're like 50-something years old? Honestly,
she's got a magic mix of genes, bro. Obviously, Asian people age well.
Asian genes.
You know what I mean? Get me.
This is how I look so good at 57.
Yeah, and that's mad, isn't it? That's mad. Happy birthday. Sorry, I missed it. I've been watching some stuff which I think is a bit popcorny. It's called Murderbot on Netflix, right?
Popcorny.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly, popcorny. It's not something that's like, I'd say. I read this book. And also there was a graphic, they call it like a theatrical audiobook version of it called Murderbot. It's about this robot that is designed to just be a security robot, but it cracks its own coding and starts to grow personality. And you learn slowly that the robot actually consists of some human parts as well. So it might be unlocking its humanity again.
Is this a series?
Series on Netflix. They're dropping it every single, and I'm going to just double check it's Netflix.
What's the name of it?
Murderbot. Yeah.
Murderbot.
It's kind of tongue in cheek. Double check his Netflix.
I wasn't expecting that.
Sorry, Apple TV. My bad. Apple TV. Murderbot. It's kind of a bit tongue in cheek. It's got good graphics. It's kind of.
Oh, it's a animation.
No. So it's live. It's a live show. It's a live show. So you've got a robot. It's the original was by Martha Wells with the book, and it's about a robot that is a security robot. It's the future where there's mining corporations and that, there's everything that's happening on Earth has become like a kind of universe thing. So, there's factions and companies that are like fighting for power and energy. But within this whole story, there's this robot who is designed literally just to save people's lives. He cracks his own code in, and you kind of see things from his point of view. So he studies human behavior, and also being someone who was human in the past might have some human elements to them that are unlocked as they unlock themselves, and also have some flashbacks and memories for something that's been wiped from their system that they may or may not unwipe in the future as well.
How far are you through it, and what's it so far?
3 episodes in.
Okay.
It's 1 a week, which fucking pissed me off because I just want to do the whole lot.
Yeah.
It's very true to the books.
You read the
has
books?
a bit more of done all the books as well. Has a very it's silly.
Can I just ask, did you
dangerous,
read the books because you saw this was coming out, or you happened to have read the books previously?
Smashed the books, and then it said it's becoming a series on Disney Plus. I was like, oh great, I'll give it a watch then.
Oh, see,
yeah.
look at that.
So it was like, so it was quite lucky. It's got Alexander Skarsgård in it as well. So he's like,
Who's that? I know that name.
I think is his dad. Is his dad? Is his dad?
Is his dad his dad?
Is his dad?
Has that got the same surname?
Is his dad? Yeah. Is his dad his dad? Yeah,
Pacino?
Stellan
Alexander?
Skarsgård is his dad. I'll show you a picture of him. Stellan Skarsgård, legend of an actor that you see here.
Yeah.
That's his son. He's been quite a few things. We can just do a little IMDb. I don't mind doing this with you guys, man. But yeah, he's been in a few things over the years, man. The Legend of Tarzan, Infinity Pool. Nah, he's been in something more well known than that. He was in Zoolander. And Succession. That was it. He's in Succession. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. He plays an investor in Succession. Very good actor. Yeah. So basically, it's this kind of, they call it science fiction action comedy. So it's a bit of that, bit of tongue in cheek.
Okay.
A lot lighter than The Night Agent, which I'm still chipping through, enjoying. Put a little episode.
It's not light
here
though,
and
is
there.
it? It's got a little bit of humour here and there, but it's quite heavy, isn't it?
What, The Night Agent? Sorry, I meant to say it's a bit lighter than The Night Agent.
That's what I meant. Night Agent's quite heavy and quite dark.
Yeah. Whereas this is like a man will get shot and like have a broken arm, and then he might say something like, "That must hurt," like something similar like that. Yeah. So I've been watching that, smashing through that.
I've got one to add.
Yeah, go on.
There's a film that I watched the other day, just popped up. Fountain of Youth.
Oh, I saw that
With John Krasinski and someone else. I can't remember.
I saw that. Is that a good watch?
Yeah, it's good fun.
John Krasinski.
What's the lady's name?
Two estranged siblings join forces to seek the legendary Fountain of Youth. Using historical clues, they embark on an epic quest filled with adventure. If successful, the mythical fountain could grant them immortality.
Of the week.
You said immortal. You said like immortal pool or something the other day, and that it twigs my brain to.
So it's got Natalie Portman in there.
Oh, it's Natalie Portman. That's
there you
right.
go.
You got nice eyes. Can I touch them? So I just rise up Natalie Portman. So yeah, their brother and sister it's got a good sibling rivalry in it, but the quickest way to put it, it's a bit Drake's Fortune. It's a bit what was the adaptation of Drake's Fortune? It was like The Lost City or something like
Uncharted.
that. Uncharted. Yeah, Uncharted. That was with Tom Holland, right?
Yeah.
That was I really enjoyed that. So if you did you watch it?
I watched it. I played the games as well.
I would say that you would enjoy that.
Yeah, it's a romp, innit? It's a romp.
It's a romp.
So this is it's an adventure, innit?
I enjoy that. It's a bit in Indiana Jones, innit?
Yeah,
It's got that vibe to it. John Krasinski's good. He's good fun. He's got that like like you were saying, it's a bit of tongue in cheek. Like someone's trying to murder him and he's being all like cheeky. He's a bit Chris Pratt-ish.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's got a bit of that going on. I really like him as well. He's a good actor, and Natalie Portman's great as well.
Yeah, he's got that phenomenal skill, right, to be really scared, like being really scary things and work. Is it the one where it's about Quiet Place?
The Quiet Place. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
He has this gravitas, right? But then also he's in The American Office.
I love The American Office.
Do you know what I mean? So like he can do comedy, and then he can do this like really intense
range. Good range.
Yeah,
good
man.
range.
And I think maybe it's because he has this nice face. Like he's got quite a nice soft face. Like he's not like
Soft
he doesn't
face.
look mean and tough.
Yeah.
That when he's in a serious situation, you kind of feel sorry for him.
What was that series that he did? He did that a series where he's like an analyst. And
Jack Ryan?
Yo, that was.
I don't think I've ever watched that.
Huh?
30 eps.
What?
There's 30 eps of it.
Oh my days! How have you not watched that?
Just one of them ones, Sean.
Okay.
I was probably pig-headed. I was probably, what's this knockoff Jack Reacher they're trying to do? I know my Jack. Yeah, the only other Jack I'm having is Jack Daniels, bruv, and that's while I watch Jack Reacher.
There's only one Jack.
Yeah, and anyone else could jack off.
Okay, reel that in.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Reel that in. You'll absolutely love it.
All right. I'll give it a go.
No doubt.
I'm gonna finish Night Agent.
Okay. Yeah.
But Sean, you know you can feed me this content. I'll fucking give me government adjacent, right? Yeah. Somebody with a particular set of skills or has to learn a particular set of skills. Yeah. People that they think that they trust who they don't and then maybe trust again in another episode. Give me any of those 3-letter agencies, the number agency, FBI, MIA, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Give me that and I'm involved.
Okay. You probably need to watch the first season of The Recruit, even though it got cancelled, because it is very much that as well.
That's what I'm going to do after Night Agent. You said to watch Night Agent first.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen between Night Agent and A Recruit, you need something else because they're too similar.
Here we go.
This in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, mate. There we go.
Sorted. You're watching.
Oh, mate. I think when it comes to bubblegum and popcorn TV, like, I think we're quite aligned when it comes to stuff that you can watch. But I will say though, Slow Horses, I'm not calling that bubblegum TV. That's captivating.
That is the pinnacle of the fucking pinnacle.
Sensational.
It's like a cake on top of a cherry, which is on top of another icing and another cake.
Wow. But the cherry's so big.
That is actually a cake.
Yeah.
And it's got another cherry on it, which has got a little... It's like an Inception cake.
Oh, my
I'm leaving it there.
Oh. Sean, I got to say, man, it's wild, but I'm with it. Right, back to Real Word for a little while. I'm not wearing them at the moment, but shout out to the guys at ISO Bar who sent me over... This is an old man chat.
Of the week.
Basically, Sean, I've started to think about wearing compression socks, right? And I have been, we've mentioned it before. So when we had this opportunity, I got approached by ISO Bar, who are a group of people who create custom compression socks. And the way they do it is you download an app on your phone, you get someone to walk around you and film your legs, and they send you compression socks. And they have a better fit than if you were to just buy some off the shelf, because one of the problems with compression socks is getting the wrong ones. Now, why?
Too tight, too loose.
Too loose, too tight, too loose, too long, too short, whatever. Why should we have compression socks, Sean? Now, listen, bro, I've got to say, I don't like standing up for long periods of time, right? I find it painful, right? I'm a big dude, right? I could probably lose a couple of pounds. I'm the
opposite.
Yeah.
And I still really dislike standing up.
So... what if I told you there was potentially a way to feel less pain when you're standing up? Because I know that in my family, right, there are varicose veins in the family. I've seen dudes, like, listen, no disrespect, I've seen dudes that have varicose veins that have been untreated, and bro, some dudes can get it really bad, bro, and it's not good. It's literally your veins not doing what they need to do. So this kind of pressure kind of helps to reduce what they call a venostasis, which is blood pooling in the legs, and it's good for flying.
Helps your blood flow, right? And
it. Also, some people say it helps them with fitness as well, so they can perform better. So I've been wearing them during legs day. I've been wearing them for jogs as well, to put them on. I do like to have them on or off, but for me, I've always had one type of leg. Deep vein thrombosis, DVT, is something that you need to think about. So if you're doing a long flight, compression socks work.
That's the only time I've worn compression socks.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get DVT.
And genuine aching or heaviness or fatigue in legs. Now, for me, honestly, when it's winter time, under my trousers, if I'm doing any presenting work where I have to stand or I'm on my feet a lot every day, if I've got compression socks on, night and day difference between where I have achy legs or not.
Really?
Night or day difference between it. And it's something that for me, it's kind of prevention instead of cure. Do you know what I mean? Because there's other things that people say, like there's muscle support and stability and fast recovery, post-flight and all that kind of stuff.
Smart in your old age, bro.
Do you know what it is, Sean? I'm learning at our age, prevention is better than curing it.
Prevention is better.
Because I don't want to, I don't know, man. I just, swollen legs, bruv. It's not the one. I sometimes get it. Like if we're out, when we do our little lads trip that we haven't done for a couple of years now or whatever, and we're standing around, walking around and all that stuff, I get really antsy on my feet. And you see me in it. You see me wear I'll wear the gel pads on my foot and stuff like that because I hate being uncomfortable on my feet because I'm not nice to be around. I always want to sit down and whatever.
You get ratty, innit? You get
ratty,
yeah. No, I get that.
But they sent me over a recovery pair and an active pair. Probably active for running, recovery for other ones. And it was cool. A little label on it with my name in them. I was like, hey, yeah, hey, these are mine. No one's nicking these. But yeah, man. So if I think as we get older, if you're into compression socks, bro, like, are you into compression socks? Weird thing, like, I'm so into them. But it's something that you need to think about, man. Because,
I might do.
I suggest it.
Maybe you can do some filming of me and we'll
yeah, maybe I can film your legs anytime. Sean, bro to bro, anytime. I got you, bro.
I've been meaning to ask you for the longest time.
I get you. But the whole point of this is that you don't just buy them off the shelf, because I've got relatively big calves, innit? So they look at your legs via, like, they scan the video that you send in and they say these are for your legs. So if you've got skinny legs, they're good for you. If you've got massive legs, you're good to go as well. You get me? Don't forget legs day, is what I'm trying to say. So that's my most serious old manny part of the chat. Also, I've finally moved from the original OG AirPods to AirPod 4 noise cancelling ones. Noise cancelling headphones, but they don't have the thing that seals. Usually noise cancelling headphones seal in and then my ears feel all icky and sticky. These let your ears breathe a little bit, and they have like an adaptive version where they kind of, the sound comes up and they do the sound cancelling when you need it, when it's loud, but when it's not loud, the sound cancelling slowly turns off. And you can adjust.
How have you found that so far?
It's great, man. It's great. Because like when you're in London, people are loud, but it's good to know for the adaptive version of it. I'm very aware that if you can't hear anything, it's dangerous if you're crossing the road.
Yeah.
So the adaptive is good because you can set it to be less powerful. Usually with noise, OG noise cancellation was just like on off.
Yeah.
But what you're finding now with new noise cancellation is that you can have it in varied degrees. I've worn them flying. I flew the other week to Brussels.
Can I just put out there? I got the Sony XM5s.
Yeah.
They have adaptive noise cancellation.
Yes.
I will say this, I don't like it.
You don't like
I
it?
find it disconcerting. I find it because this is the thing, right, with the noise cancellation.
Yeah.
There's sometimes, and there's certain places, or when I go to shops and they scan something, one of them just goes completely noise cancelling, and it's really off-putting. I find it really off-putting, so I have mine on, like, because,
on or off.
Yeah, on or off. And let's put it out there, most of the time, it's because people on public transport, it's one of my biggest bugbears. You just got some Donny like scrolling through social media with his phone on full volume, and I'm listening to all of this, and I'm like,
bro,
I really want to punch this guy up.
I was on the overground the other day, and the dude was just watching a whole episode of Graham Norton. And there's not. Look, no offense, great show. I'm not dissing Graham Norton, but I don't want to be hearing him from like 20 meters away on full volume, and you hear like the crowd laughing. Do you get me? And like, the worst thing is why does that person seem to not have any trouble with reception when you're on the train? They're going underground, they're going overground.
Also, I also want to just walk around with headphones.
Yeah.
Spare headphones.
Yeah.
And so I can just throw them at someone when they're fucking watching something. I'm like, use those.
Man,
these are these new technology that not everybody else here has to listen to your shit. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that.
They sound good. They work well with all my Apple devices.
That's it should.
My original AirPods used to connect to my old Lappy used to connect at funny times, but they're pretty cool. Good sound response. Battery lasts for ages. Don't make my ears feel all licky. Fit my ears as things with AirPods. They either fit your ears or they don't, because they're not got the adjustable things on them. Fit my ears nice. Really like them, man. Honestly, and to have noise cancellation in something like that small as well is nice, because usually it's with my overheads or whatever, it's with like really sticky things. What else did I want to say about it? Yeah, man, but a joy, a great joy to wear, man. So shout out to Apple, cop them myself. They didn't pay us to do that, but yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, and that's it. You can find my AirPods. You press a button and they make a bit of noise, whereas the original ones never used to do that, which is a little bit long.
Yeah.
Get me?
That's one of the things I would say about having an Apple Watch is being able to find your phone. That is
find my phone, or it unlocks your laptop. Yeah, it does all. So if I'm near my laptop, I've got my watch on. I don't have to put my password in.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah, got them, man. So yeah, big up Apple for those, man. And I think at their price at about 160 quid, I think they are at the moment. I think it's not a bad price.
That's not a bad price point, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not a bad price at all. Oh, they also have this thing which you can turn on or off, which is it tries to adjust the volume automatically if you're in a loud environment. That annoyed me.
Yeah, I had that as well. I turned that off.
But they've got this other feature. If you start talking, it dips the volume of the music you're listening to. It has like a sensor. So someone comes up to me at the gym like, yo, bruv, what you saying? And I'm like, I like it. I like that. So, yeah. So that's all good. It'd be nice if it paused the show. that's what I'd want in it, because then I can get back to it.
Interesting. My one, if you take one out, it pauses whatever media, and as soon as you put it back in, the media plays.
Yeah, it does that as well. It does that as well. So active noise cancellation, £179, which I think isn't too bad.
That isn't.
Not too bad. Also, I was going to say something else, Sean, but I totally forgot. It's got the spatial sound thing that I do where it makes you feel like, I don't really
spatial audio,
Yeah, I don't turn that on all the time. Noise cancellation. So how it works is it fires anti-noise. So noise is a signal going up or down. Imagine like it's up or down, right? That's the signal. Like when I say blah blah, you have a wave that goes up or down. It fires the opposite of what's coming into the headphone.
Okay, that's kind of wild still.
So that's why when one is doing it and the other isn't, it could annoy you and feel weird because it messes with your equilibrium.
It does. It was that. I felt a little bit discombobulated.
That's why it can do it. But and then there's other psychoacoustic mastering stuff that I won't get into because nerd alert. But also in terms of a book, there's so much. We're gonna have to cover some of this other stuff another week. Also, listening to an audiobook called Half Heroes. It's a very nice listen. It's a little bit sci-fi. It's a little bit out of there. Let me just get the information up for it. So Half Heroes. I can't come up. There we go. 1 second. Half Heroes books. But yeah, so listening to them. I don't know if it's for you, Sean. It's about a situation it's a sci-fi. It could make a good show. Sci-fi show. It's a sci-fi setting where a superhero is created, or are they? And it's set in current times. If a superhero is created in the UK and we use him, what happens when they slowly understand how humanity works? How do you control them?
Okay.
What happens when them in their human form starts to integrate into society? And, if a hero is to copulate, fornicate with a human, what comes out the other side? Is it a half hero or is it a mess?
Anti-hero.
Is it a mess? Yeah, the first book I listened to has got Sally Phillips, UK comedy legend, acting legend, and Jeremy Barbakov, who I don't know as much, but great stuff. I'm on book 2, and there's a third one to the trilogy I'm going to smash through on Audible, listening to it. Currently, it's after the ongoings of the first book where things get a little bit hairy for our
protagonist.
Yes. Amos is what their name is. So yeah, ABOS, which stands for Anamorphic Blob of Slime, which is So I listen to that. Would I suggest it for you? It's a bit more sci-fi heavy. If you like sci-fi stuff, it's a bit much less action. It's less Jack Reacher, more Terminator. More Superman. Okay. More Superman energy. But so we put that together. And we've got more stuff, but we've gone over time this week, man. We've been talking, bruv. Yeah. So, wow, an extended episode. Who knows if we'll have time to do some punishment? We'll see. But in the meantime, if you want to send your jokes over, jokes@howtokillanhour.com is where you fire them over to. And if you don't, innit? At How to Kill an Hour is where you can find us on all social medias, and we will be in your ear holes soon. Time for us to uncomfortably stay silent while the rest of the outro music plays.